Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Whelan. My pronouns are he, him. I'm an author, game designer, and professional nerd. Tonight, I am the host of Theater of the Mind Players, your friendly local actual play show.
Flips.
Slaps.
Fargs. Tonight, we are playing Mazes from 9th Level Games. It is fantasy role-playing Reforged. It's a modern take on the classic fantasy dungeon RPG. We have been exploring a dungeon inspired by the classic AD&D module Pharaoh, and we are getting ready to enter into the final couple of rooms here. If you haven't already, please go back and watch or listen to our first pair of episodes to get more information on who these characters are and why they're doing what they're doing. But right now, I would like to go around the table and have everybody introduce themselves, who they are playing, what role they're playing, and what their class is. And let's start with our first mind player.
Hello. My name is Ethan Eiston Anderson. He, him. I am playing Hardfarg, the easiest sounding name. And I am a fighter, which is a D8 die, and I'm playing a savage barbarian.
Let's move on to our next mind player.
Hi there, I'm Jordan Fishburne, she, her, and I am playing a Sentinel D10 character named Rebeza, the Blazing Magician.
Let's move on to our next mind player.
Hi, I'm Jenny Higgins, she, her, and I am playing a D4 character, the Paragon, named Auntie, who is an excellent vagabond.
And last but not least, our final mind player.
Hi, I'm Tawny P. Thompson, she, hers. I am playing Artemisia, or Artie, the D6 Vanguard, and I am playing the Dangerous Bravo.
Now, when we last left our adventurers in the maze, they had discovered the Grand Hall of the Pharaoh, which contained a central series of circular steps that were kind of went up and stacked on top of each other, kind of like a giant stone, novelty cake. And at the top of this particular stack was an upward flowing waterfall that will lead to the treasury of the Pharaoh, should they survive. What do you do?
I don't like water. I don't like water, guys.
Why not?
It's so hard to breathe.
I mean, if you fall in it and then don't swim, can you not swim?
I have swum.
You have swum, but can you swim?
We'll find out.
All right, then.
Do we have any, inflatable wingies?
Did you bring any with you?
Oh, precious.
Can we spend a treasure on inflatable wingies?
Maybe
Sure.
they have some by the pool.
Yeah, it's still everybody, so you can get inflatable wingies for everybody.
Water wings for all.
Yeah. You don't. While this is a group resource, you don't have to ask permission. So even if everyone was like, "No, that's a dumb spend," you'd be like, "Too bad, inflatable wingies." Stink.
We're so polite, Rob.
I know.
We were raised in the Midwest.
Well, it mentioned it in the book, and I'm like, what group is going to be like, screw you? I want my 40 feet of fucking rope.
You could entice us. You could entice us.
What do the water wingies look like specifically? Are they really cute?
My thought would be animal bladders.
Yeah.
I figured
Intestines that
they
are
would
tied
just
up
be
and
like
wrapped
little rubber ducks.
Or frogs. Like you blew up frogs.
You hold that thought. You hold that thought while we tie these on, and just don't look, darling. Don't
Remember
look.
the octo balloons in Breath of the Wild?
All right, says Jane.
He doesn't get water wings. We didn't have enough.
No. I need to fight him later, so.
Oh, fine.
Yes, he does.
We unkick it from behind a table.
You're welcome.
Oh, we found some.
Who's going first?
Oh, what? Are you scared?
No, you don't think that there are traps on each of these wings, or each of these rings?
So, are you scared of the traps?
You want me to go first?
Sure, go for it.
All right.
It would be hilarious if you died.
It's going to be hilarious when he doesn't.
He's going to use this as an excuse to get a bigger piece of the star gem.
He goes up the steps to the first ring, which a big flame arcs around the ring, which chases him up the steps to the second ring, where you see him kind of stop and slump because his feet keep sinking into the ground, but he pops them up to the point where he gets to the third ring, where a wind blows against him that he has to take out his blades and stick into the ground to walk against, and he makes it up to the waterfall, and he salutes you as he steps in and is carried up into the treasure room.
This is a really bad time to tell you guys that the star gem's in that room, right?
Yes, this would be. Yes, I jump in.
We go off the rings after.
I'm gonna take a point of darkness for letting your rival get into the star gem room before you do.
Yeah. I was expecting
You're gonna get up there, he's gonna be like,
after the first
"What star gem?"
We were so sure he was going to die.
I was just fascinated throughout the entire explanation. There were so many chances to say, I go after.
Well, so oftentimes with these with these designs, I get a little sad because I never get to roll dice.
Yeah.
And that would have been a perfect time for me to be like, okay, well, let's look at his stats and roll and roll and roll. And when you sent him in there, like, I saw Tawny's look on her face like, he's going to get fucked up. And I'm like, no, he's going to succeed every roll and get in there first. Yeah.
I rolled whatever.
Yeah,
He wins.
I rolled a clatter 18, didn't even look. It's a D10, don't care, he did it.
We go up there.
Yes.
The fire ring ignites. How do you defeat that? How does anybody defeat that? It doesn't have to be you, though. Fire is kind of your thing.
Yeah, I can do this one.
And you also now know like what each of these things does. So
Are we falling into a burning ring of fire?
I feel like I'm going to make sure to kind of stay on the fire side from you so I can control and move the heat away from us.
okay, that sounds like a bones roll to me.
Yeah.
Or you can just spend a star and stop it.
But I only got one of those, and I might need it to kill Bargle the Black.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We have treasure. I'll use my star. It's fine.
Okay. Because this is a major spell.
I feel like
I will also state that I said that Bargle may show up.
that's true. That's
So-
true as well. Maybe I'll use a treasure. How you guys feel about that?
For what?
To
Fire
protect all
blanket.
of you guys from the fire blanket. And
Well, keep in mind, treasure can include magic stuff.
I also say maybe the next ring as well, because if it's mud,
The fire blanket to
You
walk
get control
across.
over Earth.
I can use all of the heat that I capture from the fire ring to dry out the earth so that we could...
Or the other way around. If you get something that is super cooled to stop the flames, it could also freeze.
mud.
But I'm heat.
Yes, drawing heat away is the same as making things cold.
But I like to make things hot.
Some do.
I understand that it makes sense, but I make things hot.
You do. There was another darkness there because you are encountering another trap. So,
Great. Can I do that, Rob?
well, what are you using to power that? Are you using a roll, or are you using a star, or are you using a treasure?
I'm going to use a treasure for that. How many we got?
One left.
Okay,
We already put it in the jar.
we have stars. Okay. I'll use that to use evoke heat. I take out the same thing I used for my compass, and it...
Well, for treasure, it should be a separate item. Like you should be using an
item. Okay.
Yeah, like because in theory, star is I cast a spell that's cool. Treasure is I have this thing that will let us.
Okay. I misunderstood the difference between stars and treasure. Then...
May I make a suggestion?
Sure.
You grabbed one of the many different jugs that were in the Pharaoh's treasure room, and you smash it, and that lets loose some kind of magical beast or effect that negates the firewall.
I was going to use the treasure for the 2 steps, though. It's fine. We already did it. I take the jug and smash it, and because we haven't seen one so far, a spectral sphinx erupts out of the broken jar like a crazy ghost hurricane almost.
Right.
And beating its wings just completely negates the firewall.
Perfect. I love it. I'm glad you said Sphinx because I almost included one as a encounter creature, but I didn't want to write a bunch of riddles.
Yeah.
So
Can we ride it up to the 4th ring?
Could we ride it up to the 4th ring, Rob?
Oh.
Yes, but only if you answer this riddle.
Then I prepare just in case.
40 white horses on a pink hill.
If you want to ride it up to the top, everybody needs to make a bones check. Because riding a spectral sphinx requires a lot of endurance and hanging on.
How you guys feel about that?
Would toughness or strength help?
Our paragon literally cannot make a bones roll, right?
You could with a 1.
Or
Okay.
four.
I could do a 1 or a 4.
Yeah.
She's got 50-50 odds.
LFG.
Never tell me the odds.
Okay. So everybody roll. Don't reveal your roll until I point to you.
Does toughness or strength help?
Or agility.
I hold on real good.
If you spend a star to use that, you can roll with advantage. Because that's often how edges work too. Bones is 5 through 9 is what you got to hit. Let's start with you got our highest die, right?
Yeah.
The 10. Did you succeed?
Nope.
Okay.
7.
So you succeeded.
I succeeded.
5. I succeeded.
4.
Oh, so you rolled a crown.
I did.
So our current darkness is 6, which means that it's still twilight. That's good for you, because if we would be at 7 in bleak, that would mean that would be a fail. But now you've either got to spend a treasure or a star to succeed.
I will spend a star. Because I think treasure time is coming up.
So what edge do you use to succeed?
I'm lucky. Because I don't think it's my charm that's going to get me on the back of that Sphinx.
Good boy. Good boy.
Good boy.
Who's a good boy?
I mean, I am likable, friendly, and interesting.
So-
But
You all hop on the back of the Spectral Sphinx. And it takes off for the top level. However, the trap designer realized that some of y'all might cheat. And it activates the Pharaoh's last breath, which is basically, imagine a sandstorm that's alive and hates you, and it smashes into the side of the Spectral Sphinx, disintegrating it. You two land, like, you two are able to see it coming and hop off. It smashes. It hits you, but as it swirls back around, you slam into Hard Farg,
Sorry.
he doesn't feel it.
Oh.
You're fine. Because he's caught enough bales of hay to be like, all right, come on!
Oh, down at the Farg farm.
Down at the Farg farm. But poor Rebeza goes tumbling back down each of the levels, taking 4 hearts of damage.
Rebeza, how are you feeling?
I feel 3/10 of my normal self. But otherwise, just fine.
Oh, that's very oddly specific.
I'm a tough old gal. You don't have to worry about me.
Perhaps you can, like, make a rudimentary lathe?
To what end?
To fabricate yourself some mud shoes.
With a lathe.
is it mud?
I go through the ring of fire using a heat protectant spell to just limp through that level, get a little air back. And I want to try to harden the mud as much as I can on that second ring.
Okay.
However I do that. Do I
Well,
need
go
to
ahead and
roll
give me a
that?
boots roll.
A boots. Boots. That's a great roll for me to do. I rolled a 1. That's a key.
All right. So which edge helps you here?
I'll do magic. My magic edge.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not so much a spell as much as I work around the earth a lot, and sometimes it gets wet. So I kind of have like little tiny things that I do to kind of deal with it when that happens. That isn't really a spell per se.
And when you get to the stairs to the air ring, the Pharaoh's last breath is just kind of circling, like waiting for you. Like, okay.
You try to bypass one trap.
Just have better timing.
Sand is earth. Oh,
Sand is earth.
Sand is earth. Technically. I want to try.
And that makes sense. You weren't expecting it last time, so now you're like,
rubbing my fingers together. I got my abjure disc up, which is just a flat metal disc. That I start to spin to try to get some sort of control over the sand particles as I possibly can, hopefully.
okay. Go ahead and give me a blades check, since you're basically attacking the...
Don't screw this up for me. 7.
That hits blades.
That
So
does hit blades.
you focus your energy on your abjure disc, and So are you bringing the sand in, or are you shooting something out to stop it?
I want to try to capture it as much as possible because I'm hoping that I can use it as kind of a buffer against the wind on this level to help me get around
Okay.
that as much as possible.
So you basically cause it to sort of form a protective sphere around you as you walk up to the final level with the upwards flowing water.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming everybody is going up. Shoop, shoop, shoop.
My assumption is that at least one of us jumped in early to make sure what's
to
his.
deal with Zane.
Yeah.
Jane.
Who go? Well, so are you jumping in first?
For sure. For sure. Yeah.
He's basically sitting like cross-legged on the boat. So there's the actual physical boat that's in the room, and then there's another one on the mural, and then there is a passageway beyond that.
You happen to tell me where the star is supposed to be? You didn't.
Yeah, I did. I'll say that I did.
Okay.
It's on the
real boat or the mural?
I think it was the real boat.
There's no star on the real boat.
Of course there's not. I'm so shocked. This is so shocking.
I walk towards him and I'm pretending to like lazily, whatever, casually, but I'm for sure ready to pull my blade very quickly if I need to. So, Zane, you made it. You made it up the traps.
Yeah, I thought that while we waited for the rest of your mates to finish climbing up the thing, we could have our duel.
Oh. And so is there something you would like to tell me about once you made your way into this room?
There's more. There's a sarcophagus through there, and there's some kind of scepter on it.
A scepter. And nothing about this boat here. Nothing.
No, I looked for the gem. I didn't find it.
Is he lying to me? Can I tell that he's lying to me?
Give me a books check.
I rolled a 3.
He's not lying to you.
Oh.
Oh.
See, this one, and he pulls out a gem, was in the prow of the boat there, but he chucks it on the ground and it shatters. Glass.
Ah!
You would know that if you would have studied the legend that there are...
No, I did. I was just checking your knowledge. There. You see.
The legend.
So, I don't know where it is.
Well.
I mean, it could be there, and he points to the mural, but I don't know how you would get there.
I guess we'll find out. Until then, lay on, sir.
Okay. Give me a blades check.
Oh, God.
Is that another euphemism, by the way?
It is now. Melee combat is at advantage for me.
Blind.
Nothing?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Can I...
You can take 3 hearts of damage. That's what you can do.
Okay.
Who jumps in? So probably either one of you two, since she had other shenanigans going on.
I'm limping.
Let's have you jump in, since I don't feel like you've done a lot this particular
Session.
hour. Yeah. So you jump in right in the middle of
Ting, ting, ting.
ting 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 ting, and I think he lays in a cut on your sword arm.
Good thing I'm ambidextrous. Oh.
What do you do?
How close am I to being actually in the middle?
How close do you want to be?
Oh, all.
When you said I kind of jump up or I kind of come up I thought maybe I kind of shot into the room and was like in the middle of them.
You certainly can be.
And then I would try and avoid crapping my pants. And I mean, let's
Go
be
ahead
real.
and make it now.
Is that boots or books? I don't know.
Actually, that's the rare poops roll. And
So I thought that I could spin, and since I'm usually just a coat rack covered in scarves, distract that way.
okay.
And do that because I don't really know that I could claim any kind of scarf foo.
Go ahead and give me a boots roll.
It is a 1.
So that is your key. Which of your edges do you use here?
Okay. I feel like I've been leaning on lucky, so I'm not gonna.
Okay.
So I am going to use.
I will say, if you do use lucky, you might discover something about the room.
I'm going to use lucky.
So
You stumble over a switch on the floor.
no.
Gem pops up.
You-
and I blind him with
You
it.
spin around between the two of them, and they're like, "What? Do you not see that we're fighting?
Yes.
This is a duel of honor. You're going to make it take a lot longer for me to win."
Happenstance threw me here, and obviously you must be good enough to work around this. Or do you want to?
Well, your spinning causes you to feel dizzy, so you put your hand on the mural.
Mm-hmm.
There's a magical energy that washes along the wall, and your hand goes through. And you grab yourself almost as if you tumble over into the mural, and you're looking out into open sky with the boat physically there, a few dozen feet off of wherever it is this thing opens to.
Think happy thoughts.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna pull back from that and just.
Ethan pops in.
Do I see her go through the wall?
Yep. And you also see the wall the opening is now starting to slowly expand.
I came here for this, and I walk up to the edge, and I stare off.
Good night, everybody.
Your drive to look and stare off the edge of the earth.
Most excellent.
Is he just going? Jane is like, is he just going to stand there?
Yes, no, that's exactly what he's going to do, yes.
Well, you know that the gem is in that boat, right?
Well, I do now. And can I, sneak attack him?
Oh, sure.
He's
Honorably.
distracted. It's not my fault he was distracted. It's his
knows
own
he's
fault
in
he
the
was
middle of a
distracted.
fight.
We're in the middle of a duel. I did get a 1. Which I think means I can use agile, which is control of the body, flexibility, and balance.
Okay. So here's what happens. You're like, and you stab him, and he clutches it, tips over the edge of the side of the wall, goes into the mural space, grabs you as he goes over, and you are both now hanging from the shelf wall there.
You rapscallion!
Go ahead and roll your effect die, which is the same die. It's D6. This is basically how many hit points you did to him.
6!
Oh, nice.
Oh, I didn't want to kill him. Can I grab him before he falls? God damn it.
Don't let go, Jack.
I take a 2x4 and start pushing him.
Ow, ow.
Well, at least you didn't stab me in the back. And,
Will you admit I won now?
well, I guess we're even since I did kill more mummies than you.
I don't know if that makes us even, but for now,
Then why don't you just let me go?
I can't do that. Why?
Yes, why?
So you can gloat.
Is it so you can take care of me?
Why would I ever do such a thing?
Because you did this to me.
You started it.
I continue limping into the room.
You're never going to guess. Let me catch you up.
Is he flirting with her now?
Well, probably only so that maybe she'll rescue him, because look down. And now look across.
Can you guys pull us up, please?
I think that's
Yeah,
that's kind of you,
don't even have to
Hardfarg.
roll. You get them up. But now, like half of basically the back wall is now gone, and also now looking out into open sky.
Can I attract the boat to come to us through whatever metal fixings are on the boat?
Can we use the treasure to
Magnets.
get a grappling hook and pull the boat towards us?
Because we only have one treasure, right?
Yep.
Do we want to use that for our miraculous escape?
Yes.
Maybe we can use that so that we can figure out how to fly the boat out of here.
Would we need to buy an item for that, or can we use stirs?
I could use a star. A sword star would allow me to, well, like, some of the things that I can do are just very adventurous, and I probably could,
Have a
Could you
grappling hook?
claim Jane's sword as treasure for beating him in the duel?
could I do that?
Well, that would still.
I'm sorry, that's me being a dick.
I would.
One of the options is like coup de grace to end a climactic battle, setting a shield wall with your retainers against a doom rhino, spinning your scimitar, attacking everyone in the. These are all attacks, aren't they?
I need to know what a doom
Breaking
rhino
the chains
is.
that bind you.
So, honestly, I think it would be better if you use the last bit of treasure to grapple the boat, and then use stars to escape.
Okay, cool.
That makes sense.
Sounds awesome.
So now, there's the boat that's actually in the room that is full of jugs of treasure, and there's the boat that is out of the room that has the star gem basically mounted in the mouth of the creature that is on the prow of the ship.
We take the end of the rope that doesn't have the hooky bit. We tie it onto the little ship full of treasure.
That one's made out of stone.
Oh.
We then take our chisel.
Can we take the star gem out of the floating boat
Yeah.
and try to put it in the stone boat?
Yeah. Do you want to do that?
Does
Yep.
it? Yeah, let's do that.
Why do that?
Because maybe it's making the boat float.
Key.
And if it can do it, we can make this one fly and take the treasure and the star gem and make out like a
Like
bunch
Make
of
out.
make
No, thank
and make out. There we go. As we ride off into the sunrise because we came here at night.
Well, so are you pulling the gem out of the flying boat?
Yes.
Okay. The boat continues to fly.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
You put it into the mounting on the stone one. You start to feel the whole pyramid starts to rumble, and the boat that is in the room starts to tip downward. And you see that there is a passageway that it will be going into momentarily.
Will?
Yeah, if you do not get in it.
We don't have enough time to take the treasure!
No, there's treasure in there.
The stone boat's the one going down.
Oh, the stone boat?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, God. I thought you were talking about the other one, and I
Stone
was...
boat tipped to rotate down a slide.
Okay, thank you. I was really worried and misunderstood.
Now, the question is, how is everybody... So there are 4 pieces of treasure in the boat.
Uh-huh.
How are you protecting the jars from smashing as this thing takes a suicide flume ride through the internal workings of the pyramid?
So do we each take one?
You can each take one. One person can take 4 if they really want to, but...
I just want to cocoon around as many as I can.
Okay, give me a bones check.
Can I use toughness?
Yeah.
I got a 5 and a key.
1 treasure. Who's next?
I would like to just pick one up and use my superior balance to,
Okay, give me a boots check.
4! Winning.
I'll go ahead and use...
Also, I should have pointed this out before you rolled. If you use a star, you don't have to roll.
I will. Thank you, Jenny. I will use mine because I only have the one, so I gotta use it sometime. I will use my toughness to act as the barrier between my jar and any things that might try to hit us or edges that we might bump against during the trek down.
Okay.
I'm just gonna charm the boat.
You cute little jar.
Well, I was wondering if I could use the secret that I learned during the gelatinous incident to create a situation that would cushion the jar.
What is the secret?
That
You can whisper to him like this. We'll pretend like we don't hear you.
Yeah, everybody's listening. Just
yeah, exactly. It's like I will whisper it into Rob's ear right here. No, no, that I am able to produce
gelatinous.
gelatinous. You know how like bees make honey?
Oh. Oh.
This is why I don't speak of it.
Don't look at me.
Comedy ain't pretty.
We just think you're boat sick.
Yeah.
We didn't hear any of that, obviously. because we just
Obviously,
wanted
this
to
is
rob.
just a secret for us. That's,
However, someone
Jane saw it though, and he's just looking like his jar is just shattered, and he's covered in like golden jewels, and he's just staring at you like.
and I wink at you as I do one last.
And I think that ends our story. Now, there is kind of an end process here that I want to go through really quick because I don't know how we can beat you. Projectile in vomiting your protection of your treasure.
Everybody else got to do something.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, we didn't meet Bargle.
Yeah, well, Rob implied. I'm gonna just pretend like he was in a lower room And he eventually got squashed by that jackal-head guy. And I'll just
Okay.
about that.
I also feel as if I should say that since Zane is covered in his broken jar, that he's kind of like cradling, like a cradle of filth.
Oh my god.
You're the worst.
And I don't want him to go home empty-handed, so I reach into my jar and I'm like, do you want some of mine?
No. I'm good. Okay.
I still won though, right?
Won what? I don't know.
You're going to be thinking about me after I'm gone.
I'll be showing up in your dreams for sure.
You all have 4 treasure. So the first thing we do is rest and recover. Nobody's hurt. I think the closest we got was you.
What's considered hurt?
That's a condition you take if you're out of
Okay.
Oh, okay.
hearts.
I had a lot more room.
Now it's time to kind of paw through the treasure and see what you got. So everybody rolls 4 of your die type.
Do we add them together or?
You tell me what you get, each individual one. If you rolled any 7s, you can get rid of those right away because that means that your treasure was actually worthless junk.
I got a 7.
Woo!
Anybody roll any 1s? Did anybody roll in their crowns?
Yes. 2 of those.
Okay, so if a player rolls their crown on this roll, they may instead choose to take lore, having found something of value to their character but not of obvious sellable worth, like a plot hook for another session, a family heirloom, a cultural artifact, etc., etc., etc.
Why not for fun?
Okay, so you're gonna take 2 of those.
I'm going to take 2 of those.
Okay, what's the last number that you rolled, or was that all of them?
I also have a 5 and a 4.
So the 4 is gemstones, which are worth 2 wealth. And the 5 are ancient coins, which are worth 2 wealth. Actually, I should just go down the chart here. Anybody who rolled a 2
I got 2 of them.
got strange loot.
Nice.
Particular treasure is something of great value to another group, perhaps a local lord, a powerful sorceress, or a bugbear tribe. It can either be sold for 1 wealth, or you can give it during an adventure for a one-time use of the Friend's Edge or something else. Basically, something valuable to somebody who you might encounter. If you rolled a 3, you got electrum coins worth 1 wealth. 4 is gemstones worth 2. 5 is ancient coins worth 2. 6 is a precious object worth 1. 8 is a gold object worth 2. 9 is a silver coin worth 1. And 10 are gold coins worth 2. Now you can keep that wealth for yourself, or we can repool it all together, redivide it. It's up to you guys.
Fine with pooling and dividing if y'all are.
That's just because you gave up 2 of your wealths for weird information.
Yeah, I still wound up with 4 wealth, which was more than any of y'all.
I have 4 wealth.
Okay.
I also have 4.
Okay, well.
Well, I might have more than that because 2 of them. I have 2 strange loots, so it depends on.
Yeah, I'll pull my 2 wealth because I'm keeping 2 strange loots.
Okay. So it sounds like everybody's just kind of keeping their own thing, which is...
Oh yeah, I suppose if we're all throwing in 2, we're all going to get 2 back.
One of them is one of mine is a strange loot, which is worth 1 wealth. I have 3.
Those are
wealth.
worth hanging on to until
They-
you maybe use them.
as a gift, yeah. So we have 4 of those total, 5 of those because you
I
have
got-
2, you
I
have
have
2,
2.
and I have 1.
Got 5 strange loots.
Okay.
Yep.
Need to find more bards.
So we will likely check out those strange loots when we return to... Well, we'll deal with that the next time.
One of them is a sash that says, "I'm the best blade master."
Jane says so.
He had to sign it and like press his blood into it as like a
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to think a wax seal.
Made of his blood.
You took off one of his mustache pieces.
Oh, yeah.
You wear like an epaulet, like a rank. We will worry about all that stuff later, but enjoy the star gem, enjoy the loot that you have pulled off. And that's one of the things about this game, is that it's not necessarily meant to be a like full tracking campaign, and more of a, they go have adventures, then we check in on them again later and we see what's going on. So thanks for joining us to watch us play mazes. We hope you enjoyed our strange trip into the world of the Pharaoh. From all of us here at Theater of the Mind Players, we are
Tawny P. Thompson.
Ethan Exit Anderson.
Jordan Fishburne.
Jenny Higgins.
and as always, our Lord of the Board,
Brad Davies.
From all of us at Theater of the Mind Players, this is Rob Whelan saying, just repeat to yourself, it's only a game. I should really just relax.
Congratulations, fellow human! You've reached the end of an exciting episode of Theater of the Mind Players. If you enjoyed our story, please like the video. If you want more games, subscribe to our channel. Attack the bell for notifications on new posts. If you liked the episode, please tell us what you enjoyed the most in the comments. If you loved the episode, consider joining our Patreon. You'll get access to special shows, session zeros, and help us determine what we play on the show. We love our friends of Pat Rayon, and we hope to see you there.